Hello and welcome everybody to Trotec Laser. My name is Simone and I'm very much looking forward to giving you a short company introduction. Trotec Laser is the world leader in the field of laser technology, based here in the beautiful country Austria. Besides our headquarters, there are 17 subsidiaries and over 100 distributors worldwide. Trotec develops, manufactures and markets laser machines that are designed for engraving, cutting and marking all kinds of materials. Of course, we do also provide you with the necessary laser accessories. Besides this, we can also offer you a wide range of laserable materials. Our mission has always been to make laser users' work simpler, faster and more profitable by setting new standards. From our experience that we gathered through talking with our customers, we now summed up these 10 questions that you should ask yourself before getting into the laser business. In this video series, I will introduce you to several of my dear colleagues who are all experts in their respective fields, and they will answer all the 10 questions for you. What would you like to do with your laser machine? To answer this question, we will visit Peter Brandner, who is our head of Trotec Academy and Application Center, who will give us some examples on what you can do with a laser machine. Hello everybody! We do suggest you to ask yourself the question, what do you want to do with your laser machine? So I'm here with Peter today. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
And he will answer us exactly this question. Please, Peter.
So, welcome. And a very important question that you have asked now. Yeah? The first question you should always ask yourself is, what do you want to achieve with the laser? What kind of products, what kind of materials do you want to work with? Do you already have existing customers who request products from your end? Do you replace a process? Or do you start off getting into the business? And this will have an impact on which kind of solution you are looking for.
So we are right now at the Trotec Application Lab in the headquarters in Austria. And Peter prepared some nice products, ready-made products for us. So Peter, what do we have here today?
Here actually we have a variety of products that had been laser engraved, laser cut or laser marked. Those are the three processes we typically talk about: laser engraving, going a little bit deeper, taking off material, laser cutting, a vector cut to separate material, or laser marking, which is typically etching the surface of materials. The variety of the materials you can treat with the laser is huge. We just show a selection, and also later on I will explain a little bit more on the products, on the materials you work with, and what to look for when you decide to go for a laser solution.
Very nice. From what I can see here right now, as you said already, there are a lot of different materials you can work on, like you can laser process. Can you show me some of the specifics? For example, what I can see here, I think it should be paper, right?
Yes, definitely. You're right.
Looks very like filigrane and very like precise. So can you show that to us?
You already pointed to one of the beauties of laser treatment. Intrinsic laser cuts, very fine detail engraving, and in this case we are talking about paper. Mm-hmm. And you can have a look at it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can see what kind of intrinsic cuts are possible, which kind of detail level is possible. No other technology will enable you to do this, to offer this to your customers and to provide those kind of services.
Very fine details.
With all the power that the laser offers, here you can even see thin materials, paper, those kind of materials react nicely. And one of the questions you should always ask is also, does the laser support my designs? Does my laser support my materials? Because this kind of quality is finally what you want to sell to your customer.
Very cool. Is there anything else from what I can see is, for example, this looks like a multi-layer sign kind of thing?
Yes,
Can you show
correct.
that to us too, please?
You're already very educated. Yeah?
Yes.
Because we have actually two samples here. The one thing is an engraved name tag or sign that you can actually see. It's a 2-ply laminate where you engrave the top layer and you get a 2-colored impression, and it's laser engraved and also laser cut. But the laser enables you to do even more. Because of being that precise, you can also do multi-layer signs. In this case, it's combining the basic material as we have here, and you put on top additional materials. You get a kind of 3D effect, and this is something that shows a bit more value and might even be more valuable to your customer. Yeah? It shows the basic treatment with the laser process and with a little bit of creativity and also a little bit of handcraft in the sense of putting the materials together. You can also get this kind of 3D effect on the materials.
That actually I like a lot because it has like this mirrory effect.
Yes.
So, and together with the 3D effect as it is like multi-layer sign, this really looks very nice.
And that's made out of various materials that can also, for example, be bought at Trotec. A lot of people know that we have got our own range of consumable materials. That's also very important. Ask yourself the questions, which supplier do I choose also for the materials? Because also the material, besides the laser, has an effect on the quality that you reach at your end product. Yeah?
That makes sense.
To show you also a little bit more, we had intrinsic cuts on paper, very thin material, but also the laser has the power to cut thicker materials. In this case, we talk about acrylics, engraving or cutting acrylics, flame polished edges, and also some very nice engravings on top. Those kind of effects you can reach with lasers, and it's typically the creativity which limits the offers that you can give to your end customers.
Very cool. This looks really nice. Thank you. So, Peter actually, as head of the application center here in Austria, him and his team are working very much on new applications with all kinds of materials. So they're laser processing all kinds of materials. And they're making those, as we call them, DIY samples. So where you can find like the files and a guide, a step-by-step guide, where you can see what has to be done. So you can get a lot of impressions on our website, troteclaser.com. Make sure to have a look at it, and we would be very happy if you get in touch with us for any other questions, and if you watch, of course, the other answers to the other 9 questions too. So thank you, Peter, for telling us and showing us around here a little bit today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, and yeah, have a good day. Thank you. How large should the work area be? Our product manager engraving, Harald Holzner, will share his experiences with us. Hello everyone. Today we want to talk a little bit more about the bed size of your laser machine. For this, I invited Harald. Thank you for coming today. And can you please answer us the question, how large should the work area be?
Thank you, Simone. The question how large the work area should be is definitely one of the first ones to be answered. Generally speaking, the larger the machine, the more productive and flexible you can be. Let me show you what I mean. Here we have 2 members of the Speedy family, the smallest one, Speedy 100, and the largest one. Let's talk about flexibility first. If you see these 2 machines and you see the red part of the top side of the machine, you can easily see that in the larger machine you can put in larger objects, higher objects. Then let's talk about machine size, so the work area size. In detail, here we have the Speedy 100. The work area size is 610 by 3 or 5 millimeters, equal to 24 by 12 inches. You can put in 1 sheet of the standard size corking it. Compared to a Speedy 400, you can put in 3 times the same cork in it, and you could see it's almost the same time to enter these pieces. So to reach the same number of pieces, to engrave the same number of pieces, you have to enter load and unload 3 times here on the Speedy 100 compared to 1 time here with the Speedy 400. It's easy to say that you save time in this regard. Another very important factor for saving time is the speed itself you can reach. Every engine needs some time to accelerate and go. So acceleration goes some certain time with maximum speed and decelerate. Same here with the Speedy 400, but you have a much longer way you can go with the fastest speed. You can compare it easily with a test you could do. For example, you have to run 1 kilometer. If you do this test in a room with 5 meters length, you have a lot of time for running back and forth, and you never reach the maximum speed you're capable of. Compared to a room with 25 meters, you can reach your maximum speed and you run much longer time. So in a small room, you're used with going back and forth. In the long run, you do efficient work. Same here with this kind of machines. So in total, you can say the larger the machine, the more productive and flexible you can be.
Thank you very much for your demonstration, Harald, and for your explanations. If you want to have further information on the different available bed sizes at Trotec Laser, just go on our website at troteclaser.com and check them out. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Why is the laser power crucial? This question will be answered by Harald Holzner, our product manager engraving.
Hi, my name is Harald. Let's talk about laser power. If you're in the process of selecting a laser machine, you have to consider 3 points. First, the size of the objects you intend to process. Second, the material of the object itself. And third, the application you intend to do. Let's have a closer look at number 1, size of objects. If you intend to use the maximum speed of this machine, you need a certain laser power to have an impact on the material. That means the faster you go, the more power you need to have an impact. Second, material. Let's have a closer look at 2 different types of material. One is paper and the second is wood. You need low power to engrave on paper and cut it compared to engraving wood, especially hardwood. You need a lot of power to have an impact, especially intend to go deep in one step. You need a lot of laser power. 3, processes. Let's have a closer look at cutting acrylic. So if you cut acrylic, you can do it with low laser power, but in this case, you need a lot of passes to cut through, and this increases the chances to get uneven edges, even melting on parts, uneven melting, or burns. For the favorite results, which means flame polished, straight edges in good shape, you need a good balance of speed and power to reach this result. As a good rule of thumb for reaching this result, you need per additional millimeter, you need 10 watts more. To summarize, the laser power has a direct impact on your productivity and thus also on your sales and earnings. Twice as much laser power means twice as fast cutting or double the thickness. So if you have a business idea and curious about the laser power you need, please get in touch with us to arrange a face-to-face or an online demonstration.
So now we received some basic information on the question, why is the laser power crucial? If you need some additional information, please check out our FAQs on our website. How much do you have to invest in a laser system? This question will be answered by Martin Horn, our EMEA Regional Director. Hi Martin.
Hi.
Thanks very much for taking your time
Pleasure.
and answering the question on how much do you have to invest in a laser system?
It's a good question and one we hear often. And it is probably the most important one. So I'm thankful to have this chance to kind of answer it and address it here. Your investment is highly dependent on the configuration of the laser that you're looking at. And as we've already discussed in the earlier video, what you want to examine is this a hobby? Is this a startup business where you're beginning to make an earning or living out of it, or whether you've already got an existing business and you're looking at improving your productivity or bringing laser technology into your workplace to improve your product or your processes. So really productivity and throughput are key success factors when you're in that environment. So those are the kind of things you need to take into account.
So you were now talking rather about like acquisition costs of a laser machine. Is there anything else in terms of investments that people need to consider?
Completely. Okay. It's important that you not only consider the initial investment, but you want to look at the total cost of ownership of your laser machine. So things that you want to take into account, probably the most important is your customers. Okay. What do your customers expect from you? Okay. So do they expect constant, reliable quality? Okay. Are they expecting you to deliver just in time for their processes or their clients? And the effect it would have on your business if you couldn't maintain that constantly for them. So things you need to identify and probably account for is the cost of maintenance, cost of an annual service. So a bit like your car. Really, with any critical machine for you, you really want to have it serviced every year. You also want to look at your warranty condition and costs. So depending on the type of machine you buy, how long a warranty can you have? So as we discussed previously, with Trotec, you can have up to 10 years warranty, so total cost of ownership for your machine. And then you want to have a look at replacements of laser tubes, because on some types of lasers, depending on the type of tube, that might last a lot less than others, like, for example, our ceramic core technology that lasts over 10 years. So you want to take those costs into account, because if you're having to replace a laser tube every year, that's another cost that you have to factor into your business. And think of wear and tear on parts. The better parts and the quality of parts in your machine, the more reliable machine, the longer it lasts. So if you understand where I'm coming from. So basically the longevity of your investment and getting the most productivity out of it.
Perfect. Thank you. So what I understood, you're saying that you get what you pay for. Is that correct? Can you say it like that?
Yeah, like most things in life, it's you pay for what you get, and that's what you're looking at. So those are the things you have to take into account. So while your initial investment on maybe a low-cost laser may be much smaller than a mid or high-level laser, your cost of ownership over the period of time may be much greater. So it's just things you need to be aware of and factor in your decision-making process. So the true cost of ownership really is long-lasting reliability. Perhaps if you look at it from a productivity point of view, always getting the same results time and time again, so you don't have to kind of rework or lose material while you're working it. The longevity of the machine, and really quality and efficiency in the machine build, and what it outputs for you.
One more question on this part. Should there be any kind of purchasing options available?
Again, a very good point. If you look at, when you're looking at a machine, you can look at various different options. So obviously there's the outright purchase option. Majority of clients tend to go down a financing route. So you pay monthly over a fixed term to cover the cost of the machine. But that makes it a lot easier for you to build into your own monthly costs as you go along with your business. And occasionally, one of the things we're very fortunate of is because Trotec machines are so durable and reliable, we have a lot of clients who trade in their existing machine for a new machine because they want either a bigger bed size or more power or output, etc. And we'll take in that first machine, we'll fully service it, and then we can then offer that to other people at probably a lower price point than a new machine so that they can start their journey with Trotec. What's important is once you've chosen your ideal machine, it's come and talk to us. We'll work with you to find the right kind of package and purchasing that suits you and the budget that you want to work with. And that makes it a little bit easier. The main thing is come and talk to us, let us understand, and we can then at least show you all the different options available to you, and you can make an educated decision.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Martin.
Pleasure. It's delightful. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this session on the costs of a laser system. As we've learned from Martin, the costs of a laser system are individually defined according to your requirements. Please make sure to also check out our FAQs on our website. Which services do the different laser manufacturers have to offer before the purchase? Martin Horn, our EMEA Regional Director, will share his insights. Hello everyone. I'm here with Martin Horn, who is the Regional Director of Europe, Middle East and Africa. And we're here to discuss today the question, what services does a manufacturer have to offer you before buying your laser machine? So thank you, first of all, for being here today and discussing this question with us. So I would like to hand over the question and the answer, of course, to Martin then.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, firstly, I think it's very important that you ensure the laser can do what you want it to do. Obviously, we have great ideas and great strategies. Let's make sure it's practical and it will do what you're trying to achieve. The next step then, from my point of view, is to look at getting some samples made. Let's get some samples made of the product that you want to play, preferably in your own material, so you can make sure it works with the materials that you're going to be using. And what you want to know is what the quality's like, the finish is like. So most companies should be able to provide you with a video of the samples being made, get the samples sent back to you so you can actually touch and feel them and make sure they're of the quality that you like. You also want to know some rough timescales based on that, so you can work out your own production timescales to get a better idea of how you build the business and the financing behind it. And really, whether you want to explore further with this manufacturer. This is your first impression. You want to make sure you're happy with it, and then you can then decide whether you want to further your time with them as you explore into laser cutting or laser engraving, marking, etc. Secondly, after that, I'd really recommend go and visit the company. Two ways. Either have a live face-to-face demo, that way you can take your materials, look at the samples available around the showroom, make sure that there's all the type of materials that you want to use, and also a chance for you to see perhaps other materials you hadn't thought of. The other thing is then you get to see the machine. You get to go and touch and feel it, or do it through an online demo, as we also offer, and get a good understanding and ask those questions. But it needs to be live. You need to be able to ask those questions back and forth. And it's important to get an answer to all the questions that are on your mind. Okay, you'll go in with your pre-set questions that you've got in your mind. Others may come up while you're talking with the professional, and look at the types of lasers, the bed size, the kind of configurations you can have, some of the accessories you can have that might be able to be helpful for what you're aiming to gain out of the laser, and also look at the parameters, and obviously, look at the financing options and costs, etc. So you can look towards your own budget.
Yeah, that makes total sense that you get all this information before you actually purchase a laser machine. Is there anything else that is really important in terms of product demonstrations? Is there anything that you need especially to consider and to cover?
It's a very good question. I think during the demo, it's really important to try a range of different materials, not just the ones that you're focused on now, but also ones that you may focus on in the future. Make sure that you're future-proofing your investment as you go forward. And also test as many different materials, because you'll see a wide range in one of the showrooms. We're very fortunate. We have around about 180 showrooms around the world. But inside there, you'll find a huge amount of samples, and that will give you some inspiration as well. So test those as well. You know, you're spending your time, you're investing your time, you're going to invest a large proportion of your money. So you might as well make sure you're getting your value. I think the other thing is look for things that you didn't realize could be done with a laser, because that will then give you further inspiration of how you could expand your business going forward.
That makes actually total sense, I would say. Thank you for your explanations.
Pleasure.
Is there, because you know, laser software is very important when you're in the laser business, of course, when you're having a laser machine, when you want to work with your laser machine, you need a specific software to really use it. Is it possible during the product demonstration to have a closer look into this software?
I would really say that's critical. Okay, you're going to be using this software day in, day out to drive your business forward. You need to really road test it. Okay, make sure you're comfortable, make sure it's easy and intuitive to use as much as possible, that you feel comfortable with it. The other thing is you want to look at whether it works easily with a lot of commercial graphic design software. Okay, look at how you're going to create your designs, how that interfaces with the software of the laser. We're very lucky, you know, our software tends to work with pretty much every commercial software out there. And then you also want to look at whether that software gets updated regularly. So things like Windows and iOS, etc., all get updates regularly as they improve the operating software. And what you need to make sure is your laser software is going to get updated regularly as well to make sure it's always compatible. That's a critical aspect. But you're right. Play with the software, really have some hands-on time, make sure you're comfortable.
Thanks for your insights on that.
Pleasure.
Is there anything else you would like to mention to consider in terms of pre-sale services?
Yeah, you want to make sure this is the customer you want to this is the company you want to partner with, or the manufacturer that you want to partner with. So it's really important to look for ongoing application support. So when you have a machine installed and you get your training, there's only so much training you can take in initially when you get a machine. So you want to make sure that that support is ongoing for you, okay? And that's pretty much that you want it throughout the lifetime of the machine. You want to make sure there is a very supportive network there, not only within the company and the manufacturer itself, but also outside of that. One of the things we're very fortunate to have is official and unofficial forums for our machines, okay? And our customers create some amazing things and come up with ideas we've never even thought of, which only just adds to us in many respects. The other thing is you want to have a look at how often that you can get this information. So look at, in the nicest possible way, how much there is available on the internet through things like our Tro Academy or Trotech Academy, where we give hints, tips, how to do things, how to do applications. Look at whether you've got YouTube support. We're very fortunate to have several YouTube channels where we show you how to do things so you can practice and perfect it how you want it to have. And then also, you want to look at the technical side, okay? So occasionally problems happen with machines, okay? You want to know how quickly it can be fixed, if they've got a mobile tech service, if they've got an email and telephone service. We're very fortunate with Trotech, we have a technical service in over 90 countries, so that people can be on the ground with you very quickly. But one of our biggest strengths is having that telephone and email support as well. So we can really solve a lot of these challenges that you may come across very quickly and effectively for you.
Yeah, that sounds really great, actually. Thank you. I think now we know what services are crucial actually before buying a laser machine. So if you have that in mind, I think you won't have any problems, right? You'll find for sure the perfect manufacturer who you can partner up with. Thank you, Martin, very much for answering this question for us. Of course, we're providing a lot of information on our website too. And as Martin already said, we would be very happy to answer all your questions together with you. So we are very much looking forward to talking to you, and it would be great if you could get in touch with us. what can you expect from the after-sales service offered by the various manufacturers? Our head of technical support, Franz Gruber, will answer this question. Thank you for being here today. I would like to ask you the question, what after-sales services should I expect from a manufacturer?
Well, for us, it's very important to actually offer services wherever we sell a machine. So regardless if you're in Eastern Australia or in Western Canada, that you have a partner to contact, that you can call somebody, you have email support, and you have, remote support. Basically, we offer support teams all over the world. These are our own companies with the service teams there. But we also have a partner network across the globe, 80 plus partners. I stopped counting at one point, who are basically there if you're in need for service.
So if somebody needs instant support in terms of technical issues, somebody will be there, right? And you can just get in contact with Trotec. And
I'm not sure if it's always instant, but we try to be fast with response. It's anywhere we get a question, if we are online or if a customer calls us, we offer support. We also go into the machines with remote tools to see if we can diagnose the issue better. And if push comes to shove, we actually go on site, we check the machine there, we diagnose it, and we regularly have the spare parts with us to get you up and running again.
Yeah, I guess that's also, if you would say so too, one of the USPs of Trotec, where like all the parts pretty much communicate with each other because it's an integrated system. And that's why it makes it kind of like quite easy for our service technical support team to really find a solution to every problem, right? If it was in the exhaust system or in the laser machine itself or anything else, like the issues can be dealt with quite easily and quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean the machines are not too complex in that respect. And one really big point that I'd like to emphasize is that we also take care of our own technicians, that we train them, and that we make sure that they're up to date on procedures, on documents, and clearly that we have the parts available on site when you need them.
I guess that in terms of maintenance, that is also something very important, because it does make sense to have the system in place where you don't really get into any kind of troubles, right?
Right. I mean, that it's always not such our favorite topic to discuss breakdowns and machines that don't work. So there are really a few very simple and clear procedures that customers can take care of by themselves. And for this, we offer web support. We've got our YouTube channel with service videos there to make sure that the customer selects the right lens, that the machine's taken care of after jobs or every month. You check the filters and things like that. It's very simple, and it just has an incredible effect on the lifetime of the machine and the problem issues that arise out of that.
Mm. I think I've seen one of the guides also that are being sent with the laser machine, just so that everybody knows what time, like in what time frames I need to do what kind of maintenance, and it's actually quite easy to do, right?
Yeah, well, you've got these daily, weekly, monthly kind of schedules there that you check and you see that the machine is in working order, and then you basically be okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are there any contract packages or something like this in place that should be offered to the customers?
Yeah, well, you've got a few things. Well, maintenance if we go past what the customer can do, we come on site, check the machine once a year. That could be a maintenance contract. We also offer advanced packages with a few flavors in there. Some are kind of insurance-based, where you have calculated costs of ownership, and basically this peace of mind issue that we will take care without huge additional cost once you do have an issue.
Yeah, and I guess it's also very important to offer some trainings, right? To really know how the laser machine works and how to deal with troubles like instantly.
Sure. I mean, there's one aspect that's very important at the point of installation when you get the machine, that we show you how to utilize it. That's one aspect. A very important part, though, is also the health and safety aspect, that you really have a clear idea. This is a laser machine. This is how you operate it safely, and you are clear about that as well. Yeah. Once it goes into longer utilization, if you've got the machine for a few months or a year, you start thinking about questions that you have about a specific application that didn't come out well, or you're even changing processes, you're getting in a new material, then it makes a lot of sense to also ask us for a dedicated training to get you up to speed on that process. So this could be online, remote. Everybody's used to this online world these days, and chatting over video chat. But we also have presence trainings. This could be individually coming on site to our customers, showing the customers on their machine how to do things. But also we offer group trainings in one of our showrooms or in an application center to really have people come together, discuss their application, and have a specialist show them through the efficient process to make the output work as desired and in the fastest manner.
We also offer DIY instructions on our website. If you have any further questions in terms of the after-sales service at Trotec, please get in touch with us. How easy is the operation of a laser? Our head of Trotec Academy and Application Center, Peter Brandner, is working with our machines on a daily basis, and he will answer this question. Hello Peter, thanks for being here today. We would like to address the question, how easy should the use of a laser system be? So can you please answer this question for us?
It's a pleasure for me to answer the question. As it is a digital process, it should be as easy as printing, simply intuitive. So you start off with the graphics that you either design in a standard graphics program or you get from your customer. You decide on which process you want to have, and you select the material ideally out of a pre-selected material database. And finally you hit the print button. That's it.
That sounds really easy and quick. Do you want to have a closer look also, or can you give us a closer look on the laser system itself too? Because then I think it's easier to get an understanding of how this really works. I think that makes it easier.
Yes, it makes it easier. We can summarize it up front. Yeah, It should be simply intuitive. That's the first and foremost important thing. Secondly, it should be very easy and straightforward to set up the system. You shouldn't invest and spend a lot of time to get it up and running. You should be in the position to immediately process materials that you want to process. Actually, obviously, safety is very important, laser safety, but also exhaust technology to have proper operation. And finally, you want to minimize the cleaning efforts with the system, because this speeds up the production process and finally means more money for you.
Oh, that sounds great. So I think we should get a closer look at the laser machine itself. Then you can show us what needs to be in a laser system that makes it easier for the customer.
So let's have a closer look at the machine. As I said, simply intuitive. It starts off with a good insight into the machine, so through the lid, but also with proper LED lighting. Secondly, an open and barrier-free access to the machine to ease the operation with materials or the rotary device. If you need to change the table for specific applications, very fast and easy change of the table. A multi-purpose table concept eases your life and makes you faster and more efficient. Once the laser is in operation, you want to see about the progress. So a dynamic status bar can help you to indicate how long does it still take me to finalize the job and to prepare already the next one, which is in the queue and waiting. Focusing is key. And the sonar autofocus technology that Trotec is using eases your daily operation. You get perfect results with just the hit of a button. And as I said, it's a digital process, graphics, deciding which process, deciding which material. So the pre-defined material database, this is also key to your success. It speeds you up and it helps you, even with new materials, to get the best results within seconds. And finally, if you want to also use print and cut applications, a camera system can also help you to speed up this process. The camera recognition will get you best results within seconds by using a job control vision system and also automatic compensation of the cut path.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Peter, for answering this question, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this session on the ease of use of a laser system. If you are interested in seeing our Trotec lasers in action, please arrange a demo. We are very much looking forward to showing you all the advantages of our laser systems. What services does the manufacturer have to offer if your product portfolio expands? Harald Holzner, our product manager engraving, will give you the answer to this question. Hi everybody! I'm already here in our Trotec application lab together with Harald, and I would suggest we just get straight to the point. Harald, if I tell you the best case would be that your laser system grows with the company, would you agree on that?
Yes, definitely. I would invest in laser system which can be expanded if needs change. Parts like work table, lenses, nozzles and other accessories should be available on demand to be added.
If we take an example now, Signmaker, he just got a CO2 machine, 60 watts, let's say it like this, and what would you suggest this person?
If you're a sign maker and you have ordered your 60 watt laser system, you get it usually equipped with an aluminium grid table and a 2-inch lens, which fits perfectly to your needs, and you can do a lot of jobs with it. So if your business expands, you need to do more signs at the same time. You either can invest in a higher laser power, so replacing the laser source should be an option, or you replace the whole laser system to have a larger work area. Or if you need to engrave parts which are made of different material, like the pen we have here, it's made of cork or plastic, you need different laser sources. The cork you make with CO2, and for the plastic you need, in this case, fiber laser. You can do it with the flex option in one job. So every laser system you buy from Trotec is flex, ready for flex, for example. So if you intend to grow your business towards cool 3D signs made of thick acrylic, you need other parts like larger laser source and different lenses and a different cutting table to make your jobs perfect.
Are there any other options available at Trotec?
Oh yeah, thanks for asking. Trotec offers rotary attachment to engrave cylindric objects like bocals or glasses. We also have a job control vision system, and last but not least, we offer a pass-through option in fully compliance with the safety standards to engrave large doors, keys, and other bulky objects.
Very nice. So this sounds like a lot of options that the manufacturer should provide to you. You can check out our website, troteclaser.com, to see what parts and accessories are available at Trotec for the Trotec laser machines. Thank you, Harald, for answering this question today. Thank you for watching us. Do you invest in an integrated system? Our product manager engraving, Harald Holzner, will share his knowledge with us. Hello, Harald.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine today.
That's great to hear. I would like to get the answer from you to the question, do I invest in an integrated laser system?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question and a very important one when you compare different laser manufacturers, because it's very important for you to partner up with a manufacturer who offers complete solution for your laser business.
So that means a one-stop shop.
Yes, correct.
And all-round manufacturer, right?
Yeah. A complete laser system for me is not, and a complete laser manufacturer, a total laser manufacturer is a manufacturer offers not only the laser system. For successful business, you need the laser software integrated as well as the integrated exhaust system. All these components must be perfectly designed and manufactured so they work together flawlessly, so you have a successful business. For example, for the software, we invest a lot of time to talk with our customers what they need and how we can improve their performance, how we can improve their throughput, which is the most important part for them when you earn money with it. And the other one is the exhaust system is very important for your safety as well as for perfect laser results, to get rid of all the smoke and the dust you produce during the engraving business. So it is our aim to make complete systems. So for this, we look very carefully how the systems are used at field and how we can improve the workflow of the customers, as well as how our different components should work together.
So you're saying it should be one system that communicates with each other, like all the parts, the relevant parts communicate with each other, so our laser users, they don't have any headache with it, right?
Yeah, it's also very important to have one contact address, not only for the laser systems as well as for the materials. For example, in our laser software, we have a material database perfectly optimized for our laser material. So if you buy material from us, you have the proof that it's working.
That's perfect. That's all you need, right? Thank you very much for answering this question for us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As Harald just told us, Trotec Laser does not only supply laser machines, but also all the other necessities you will need to run a successful laser business. If you want to have additional information, visit our website troteclaser.com. What needs to be considered when setting up the laser system? Franz Gruber, our head of technical support, will give you the answer. Hi Franz, hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank
Everything's
you.
fine?
Yeah, everything's good.
Great that you're taking your time for us today, thank you. I would like to address the question, what must be observed when setting up a laser system? Okay. Can you give us your insights on that, please?
I mean, things that I'll explain now, we will ask you in the course of an installation or before bringing the machine to you anyway. So you don't have to write it down now and you don't have to put it on Post-its all across your screen. But it's important to consider just a few items. First of all, I mean, you will be setting up that machine in a dedicated space, and this dedicated space needs to have a certain size. The machine has a specific weight to consider, and if we talk about a specific size, it's always, of course, necessary to understand that your door needs to have that width so that we can get the machine through. We need to know if you are upstairs somewhere. We need to know and understand about vehicle access, for instance. Can we come with a truck? Can we unload the machine? Can we unpack it? Because definitely the machine will come in some kind of packing to prevent damage during transport, of course. And those are just very basic items to consider. If we go to the machine, setting it up, basically we can think about space requirements in terms of distance from the wall as well. Like we can see here on this machine, these are about 3 feet, 80 centimeters away from the wall. Why do we do this? It's just important to keep the laser tube in the back safe and healthy and cool. Yeah, so it's important to have air circulation to extend the lifetime of the laser tube and to not run into any premature maintenance or service issues.
Yeah, that makes sense, of course. And when because you were already talking about the fact that sometimes there is the site is on the workshop is on the second floor or something. Is there any support that the manufacturer has to provide in this case?
Yeah, clearly. I mean, this is also an arrangement that we have to agree on. We will get this information from you. We will think about how to best get the machine inside on premise, and depending if required, we get people who can lift the machine, we get lifting equipment, even cranes we've done before, and we'll make sure that the machine is placed safely and without any damage where it should be at the end.
And I guess it should also have an easy access so that you can do maintenance and servicing of the machine, right? So that you can really have enough space to do those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's also for your own considerations. This is basic ergonomics. If you think about the machine being on rolls anyway, you can roll it backward front. If we want to open up a side cover to do some cleaning or maintenance, that's one important aspect, that you don't clutter everything in front of the machine. The other thing is, for yourself, you want to load and unload your workpieces nicely and safely. You want to consider that you're standing in front of a screen, running your graphics through, setting the graphics and the printout basically fine in the end on the machine surface. So you would like to check sideways also. And all of that is, again, like I said, basic ergonomics, but it makes a lot of sense to consider up front.
Of course.
One thing that I'd actually like to add here is the environment itself. Temperature, humidity is very basic, but we also think about dusty environments. If you have other machinery around, it makes sense to protect the laser system from any influences from there, because just very basic, laser machines have optics inside, and optics, if they are smudged, they lose power, they get damaged, and we don't want that to happen.
Yes, that makes sense. You were talking now about the hardware of a laser machine. Is there anything that needs to be considered in terms of the software of a laser system?
Yes, sure.
Yes, I was thinking so.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, during the sales process already, we did have a discussion with you in normal cases about what kind of things you will be producing, which materials you will be using, and how you will be processing those materials on and off screen in reality. So on screen, of course, there are graphic software packages, there are file formats, and you yourself will have a good idea of what you want to make in which format. Are you cutting, engraving? Are you having very, very complex graphics to process? And to know this on our end makes it easier and will be out of your hair more quickly, clearly. If we can test up front, if we know if you would like to use some specific material, or you would have a file of your own that you would like to just have demonstrated and have introduced to yourself during the installation and basic introductory course that we always give on site, then that will also help us greatly to be efficient in our installation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Franz, for answering this question.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this session about the topic, what needs to be considered when setting up a laser system. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us.